Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We're just gonna discuss the qualifying for Imola 2021.
Yeah, just a quick update before the real podcast episodes come out later today.
So then we can focus on the race because I think there's a lot to unpack from the qualifying session. That's the one.
Really is. So we'll just go through one by one. We can start at the bottom here. Yuki Tsunoda.
Right. It didn't start very well, the qualifying session.
No. It's an unfortunate crash. Maybe pushed a bit hard there. Little Yuki.
It's so small and yet so loud when he's on the radio.
Yeah, but it's the weirdest thing. He's such a nice guy in the paddock, but then once he's in the car, he swears and yells, and it's like for the smallest things, it makes no sense.
Well, I'm sure you'll get like quieter with time.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that
comes
Max,
with maturity.
Max was a bit like that.
Yeah.
And he got a bit of a backlash for his comments. So
yeah.
You live and you learn.
You live and you learn.
But yeah, unfortunate because Yuki did so well in last race in Bahrain, so you would expect some good quality.
Yeah, but and he has tested a lot at Imola as well as AlphaTauri's factories there. So I think it's.
Yeah, but when you're pushing to the limit, well, sometimes you go over the limit.
Exactly, so it's unfortunate.
Well.
Next one on the list, Nikita.
Massive spin.
Well, didn't spin this session. He spun every other session, but he didn't spin here. Well, at least you see some improvements. Like he's not in the wall, at least, and he's not starting last.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if he finishes tomorrow, or if he finishes one lap tomorrow. That's already an improvement.
Yeah, we'll see. Mick qualifies half a second in front of Nikita.
Yeah, pretty well. It's probably the best he can do with this car because we know Haas is not developing their car this year.
Yeah, it's not gonna see a lot of. I don't think we're gonna see them try to fight for Q2. Maybe once in a while, but
might as well be a rookie. Well, there's a lot of people saying that it's the worst year to be a rookie. Whatever.
Yeah, because it's an in-between year.
Yeah, but I think it's pretty smart to have them be rookies this year because Haas has sort of given up on the year anyway, so might as well have them like put in the laps for the year, and then next year they have a bit more experience when it matters.
Yeah, true. I agree.
So like as long as Mick is beating Nikita by half a second, I'm pretty sure he's doing all right for himself.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Giovinazzi, I don't really know. I didn't really pay attention to his qualifying. Like he was just there.
Oh, I mean, was
he? I mean, it's like he's a bit over Mick, but not great. Same with Kimi, really.
Yeah, well.
That makes the bottom 5.
Yeah, well, with one not really trying, so bottom 4 really.
I mean, I think Kimi tried.
No, Yuki.
Yeah. Yeah, don't have much to say about those.
No, Alonso.
That's a surprise. He was Q3 in Bahrain, and now he's out in Q2.
Yeah, I mean, probably depends on the tracks. I think I was more surprised that he got out qualified by Ocon by quite a margin when you look at it.
Yeah, but Ocon went to Q3.
Yeah, exactly.
Also didn't. Well, it's a reverse from the last race then. But yeah, it's a bit surprising. I was thinking he would have a stronger form and continue that form into the weekend. But
yeah, well, maybe it's a track that you benefit a lot from experience, and Ocon drove there last year, so maybe with all the track limits.
Alonso has won at the race, I think.
Yeah, but like how long ago?
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe Bahrain doesn't have all the tricky track limits, so it's a bit easier maybe to pick up on.
Basically have no track limits, as we found out. Only for Red Bull.
But it's like Perez said, it's like Imola is a track you don't want to be racing for your second race with the team.
No.
Because it's such a tricky one. So probably explains it. Or maybe he had times deleted or something.
Probably something like
everyone. Latifi, like both Williams into Q2, that's
a step forward.
That's such a massive surprise.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, and at qualifying Russell, well, in Q1.
Yeah.
And then Russell did the job in Q2.
Yeah. No, but I think it's only the second time Latifi is into Q2.
Right.
For Russell, I think it's his 10th or 11th time in
Yeah,
Q2.
he's a bit more used to it. But yeah, Latifi was definitely a surprise, especially when he's not that far behind Mr. Vettel, four-time world champion.
Yeah. Again, a bit of an underwhelming performance on Vettel's part, but at least into Q2 this time. Wasn't hindered by.
Yeah, that's not really a high standard.
It's not a high standard, but it's better than last race.
Yeah, but
he
still
was
got
hindered by some
out-qualified.
yellow flags and stuff last time.
Yeah, well, what's his excuse now? I don't know. It's a bit sad because Vettel, was one of the greats, and well, we haven't seen that. So still hoping he turns things around.
I think he has a tricky car. Like he's not. This is not what he is used to.
Yeah, but
in terms of car, and he's just not getting on top of it. Like he had no.
He had a tricky car last year. Still got outperformed by Charles.
Yeah.
This year he has a tricky car. Still outperformed by Stroll. I think at some point, it is a four-time world champion. How many excuses can you find him?
Oh, that's true.
Well, still hoping he turned things around.
Yeah, George Russell, we sort of talked about him already, but again, a solid qualifying.
I'm very happy that he's disappointed though. It's weird to say, but if he was disappointed to not get into Q3, it means that their standards are getting higher, which is nice.
So that's good.
Sainz,
yeah, not the greatest for him either.
No, because I feel like he was very close to Charles for the practice sessions, and now he didn't get into Q3.
I wonder if Red Bull and stuff was sandbagging a bit, but yeah, he was very close to Charles at least in those sessions. The Ferraris were usually together.
Yeah, but at least, if you're not into Q3, might as well be into 11, so you have a free tire choice.
True that, but not the way you want to go as your first for a race as a Ferrari driver on the Italian soil.
Yeah. Oh well, my at least it's probably gonna go on medium or hard, and then that might be a nice strategy compared to I think only the two Mercedes and Max are on medium, starting on medium. So if you're 11 and there are like 7 drivers in front of you on soft, I think there's something cool you can do with the strategy.
Yeah, we'll see what they can pull out.
Stroll.
I would say okay.
Well, I got into Q3. Apparently, didn't even set a time for Q3.
Yeah, probably some track limits. I guess.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Ocon.
Okay, or I would say pretty good. Like compared to last in Bahrain, it's better, and it's sort of where you could sort of expect the Alpine to be this year. It doesn't seem like they have the strongest package.
I would say that's better than you would expect.
Maybe I'm thinking in terms of the car, like the absolute best they can get is like Q3, but around 9-8.
Yeah, but like the way they were talking about the car this year wasn't very I don't know, wasn't very great. So I'd say 9th is pretty good considering, and out-qualified as 2-time world champion.
Not a bad thing to say.
No.
Valtteri Bottas.
8th.
Yeah, this is surprising. One wasn't able to improve his time in Q3.
Yeah, I think it's the first sector that got him because he was like after the first sector he was 4/10 behind Lewis.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there was something weird happening there. He was actually fastest in Q1.
Yeah.
14.6 and ended up with a 14.8.
Yeah, he wasn't too bad during the practice sessions either.
No, he was so something must have happened.
Yeah, track limits are I don't know, maybe a problem with the car. Well, it's just nice that he is freeing up a spot in the top 3 to mix things up.
Yeah, one that almost got there, Mr. Lando Norris. What a disappointment.
Heartbroken.
Yeah.
It's so sad because it was like purple, green, second on the grid, and then
track limits. That's gonna be the story of this race, I think. Track limits.
Well, I don't know how it's gonna unfold during the race because here, like in qualifying, it's easy to just edit a lap time, but in the race, do you think they get the black and white flag?
Yeah, they're gonna get warnings for sure. I think it's like normal. You're gonna get 3 warnings before you get shown the flag.
Right, true.
And then you start to get the penalties.
But yeah, I'm expecting great things for Norris because he finished 4th in Bahrain. So, like, better than you would expect, because you would expect Mercedes and Red Bull taking the 4 first spots.
Yeah.
So he finished 4th is,
Yeah, that's pretty good,
overachieving.
I guess.
And yeah, he was so close to putting such a good time in quali. So I think this season is going to be very, very good for Norris.
I think so too. Well, he starts right behind Daniel Ricciardo, so you might get some racing between the two of them again, just like in Bahrain. I think they started almost identically.
Yeah, I'm thinking it must be maybe getting under Ricardo's nerves, because he's been in F1 for like 10 seasons now, so for a while. And it must be a bit hard. Like, he's still pretty new to the car, but still, like, he's supposedly one of the fastest drivers ever. And if you, like, a 20 something driver
Yeah.
is beating you, must be getting into your head, you know?
Well, at least he now can see that the car has the pace. It's
Oh,
just
for
for
sure.
him to figure out to be on the limit there.
For sure, but I think he's 31, and he still has the ambition to become world champion. So I think it's a bit playing on his mind that maybe things are going south if Norris can beat him.
I don't think so. I think he's just like take this as a motivation, at least. Like, okay, the car's good. He still needs to get up to speed with the car. Like he was, it takes some time for him to get used to it. I think he wasn't that quick to get up to speed with the Alpine either.
No, sure.
Or
Just
Renault,
saying
actually.
that, if you're 30 something, and I mean, how long do you have to try to get a championship under your belt?
Well, we'll see.
Yes.
He has 3 years at McLaren, and then it's all over, I think.
Gasly going strong. Like, is, not always been a fan of Gasly, but we have to give him that is becoming a strong and reliable driver.
Yeah.
Week in, week out.
Make up for the last, or like for Imola last year, where they didn't do so strong.
Yeah, I think his only problem is the DNFs, but how much of that is under his control and how much is the car? That is putting in the laps, the results, the times.
He's strong, so it's gonna be fun to see.
Yeah.
Charles, good qualifying, up 4th with the Ferrari, not bad.
No, he's always quite a surprise with that Ferrari.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest surprise of the weekend.
Maybe.
Max out qualified by Perez is what I mean.
Yeah, that one is the biggest surprise. If Lando got second, that would be bigger, but since track limits, the biggest one is.
Well, I'm not sure Norris would have gotten second anyways, because Perez almost got pole, so.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not actually sure what Lando's time was on the one that got deleted.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Max did a mistake, it seems, in.
Well, Perez as well. Well, Max ran over some grass.
Yeah. Perez only took a wrong line from what I could see. He didn't have like an obvious mistake.
No, but then, it was so close to Lewis that he would have gotten pole, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I saw the side-by-side comparison of the lap, and he was ahead until like the last 2 corners.
No, so.
And then it's line, or choosing the line wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not very much, but it was so funny to see the Red Bull garage and like their faces. It's like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, Red Bull has a strong second driver, so strong that he's a qualifying Max, but they're starting on different tires. So.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. Finally, we have 2 Red Bulls up with the Mercedes. They're on different tire strategy, which is going to be a nightmare for Mercedes to try to figure out, I think.
That's going to be so good.
Because if they're on the same, I guess you can play with it as well, but on 2 different ones as well. That's a lot of stuff you have to remember and try to figure out if you're Mercedes.
Especially Perez, with the soft tires.
And he's so good at tire management as well, so he can go a long time.
Yeah, and they should, keep up the temperature better than the medium for the first lap. So maybe he can start strong.
Let's see.
And first on pole for the 99th time in his career, the 30th circuit.
Sir Lewis Hamilton. Again, strong lap, like he just did in Q3. He did the first lap.
Yeah, he didn't improve the second lap, but I just love his reaction there. He's like, "What? We got it?
Yeah. Huh.
Well, that's nice."
Yeah.
So funny.
And it seems like they were a bit lucky there with both Max and Sergio doing
making mistakes.
So, yeah.
Pretty
But
funny.
yeah, it's gonna be an interesting race. I'm happy with this lineup, so we'll see where this takes us.
So happy. Yeah, it's so exciting that it's two Red Bulls against one Mercedes for once ever.
Yeah.
So looking
Alright.
forward to the race. I hope you watch it with us, and we'll be back later today with the Imola 2021 review.
Yeah, debrief. Alright, see you later.